Hi everyone, my name is Desiree Rivera and I will be doing a TED Talk today. Let me go ahead and join the screen. All right, there we go. So the topic that I chose for this was teamwork and healthcare organizations cross collaboration, specifically on teamwork activities or team building activities among healthcare administrators and healthcare providers. So basically with these team building activities, what we want to do is we want to focus on the team needs, the effectiveness that this activity is going to have, and how is this team member going to apply this activity to their daily life, the things that they learned, how are they going to apply them to their daily life. So we want to focus on what specifically the team needs. The team building exercises needs to be planned ahead of work, specifically targeting the issue that your team is having. A team cannot function in harmony if they have situations like where, for example, they have a team member that is successful themselves, but they don't want to help somebody else be successful. That is not an effective team. Okay, so you want to choose an activity that will target that specific situation. If your team doesn't know one another, if your team doesn't know how to work together because they don't know each other yet, if it's a new team, you want to find an activity that is something like an icebreaker that can break that ice and get everybody to work together, to know one another, to see how this person communicates, what are this person's strengths, what are this person's weaknesses, how can I help this person shine in their job. So those type of things, or if it's just a morale booster, if you just need everybody to just be a little bit more excited about their daily work. You don't want to choose an activity that is just going to waste everybody's time. You want to choose something that targets a specific problem. You want to plan this activity ahead of time. Effect on performance. Performance can be severely impacted if you're having problems working together. Developing a goal that everybody knows about, that everybody works towards together, is very important. Communicating that goal effectively to everyone is very important so that you can get people to get together and work together towards that specific goal. Making sure that your team member has gotten that specific training, that they're well trained, because among, like, what I found with many companies is that they have this specific virtual training. So you sit this person in the computer for this set amount of hours, and after they're done, they're supposed to know everything that it is that their job requires. Well, in many cases that is not so. The people learn best hands-on, and that's where these activities come in. People get to learn how to critically think, how to be more creative, how to communicate, how to function better at their job. I had a specific situation where I had this coworker that she wasn't getting the best performance reviews that she could be getting, but it's because of this specific situation. She was sat down on the computer and she was told, "Listen, this is what you're going to be doing. Pass the virtual training, and then we're going to throw you into the fire to go ahead and start taking care of our clients." That doesn't work. No, no, no. You need to be able to put your hands on with that specific person. So I saw that she was struggling on her performance review, and I was doing well myself. So I decided, you know what, she needs help. This is not working for her. Let's see how we can help her. So I sat down with her and I taught her everything I knew, everything I need, how I do it, how I do things, how I specifically talk to the customer to make them feel more comfortable with me. I took it upon myself to go ahead and help this person succeed, because if she succeeds and I succeed, we all succeed together. The company succeeds. You have more job stability because everything is working out, everything is working in harmony. So at the end, she was getting better performance reviews. She was doing better. She needed that hands-on approach, somebody to help her learn, because not everybody learns the same way. Some people are visual learners, others are like, people learn in different ways. So it's about taking that specific approach with that person. So that's where these team building activities come in. That's why you need to have that specific planning period for this activity. So asking those questions to your team members, seeing how their performance are coming out. What are their weaknesses? What are their strengths? What are we going to target? So like I said before, team building activities need to be properly planned before. Ahead of time, because in some cases they could have the opposite effect. They could frustrate the worker, they can emotionally make them uncomfortable, and that's not something that you want to do. You want them to feel comfortable to work with each other. So take a look at what your team most benefit from. So let's say that your team is having issues with critical thinking. So you want to mold an activity around that critical thinking. So the egg drop challenge, that would be a good activity for critical thinking. The activity consists of protecting that egg, which is going to be dropped from a specific height. So you want to make sure that the team is working together, but the most important part comes at the end, before you drop that egg, where you ask the important questions, where you find out if your team building activity was actually effective. So you want to make sure that you ask those questions, that you have that workers, those specific workers in that team, evaluate their performance within that activity. So how did you arrive at that solution? Why do you believe this will work? And have them self-evaluate. It is very hard for us to self-evaluate. I know it's hard for me, and I see that it's hard for other people to self-evaluate. Say, I did this wrong during this activity. If I had done it this way, if I had gone about it this different way, maybe it would have been better. Or I know that I am strong in this sense, but I should have done this differently to make this work more. So have that worker self-evaluate, examine themselves, examine the people around them, have them come to that conclusion at the end, and have that specific talk with that worker to see how your team building activity made them better. And then may ask them, how do you think that you can apply what you have learned from this activity on your daily work life? And figure out how you can help this person come to that conclusion, because sometimes it's hard for workers or for people to actually come out with those hard evaluations, self-evaluation. So make sure that you come up to that, because that's where you figure out this was an effective activity. This person learned. This person, I can help them now. I can help mold them. Now that they know that that's their weakness, I can help mold them so that they can perform better at their job. I hope that you guys liked this little talk that we just had. I appreciate it. I had a lot of fun. I hope that you guys had fun too. And thank you.